Hi, my name is Hannah Thomascall, and I'm going to be talking about renewable energy. With over 7 billion people on this planet, we're not going to be able to rely on fossil fuels and other forms of non-renewable energy for much longer. They simply won't be able to meet our energy needs. So we need to start looking at things like wind power, solar power, and water power to provide our energy. So I'm going to be talking about two amazing inventions that will help us do this in our everyday lives. The first are clear solar panels, and these can be used as car windows, on our phones, or as regular house windows. The way they work is you use organic salts in between two layers of glass, and that helps to absorb light that we can't actually even see, which means that instead of having the amount of light coming through the window reduced, it would be exactly the same amount. They would be absorbing light that's at a wavelength that we can't actually see with our eyes. And these are really amazing because we could use them on all of our windows, and that would mean that every house could, without changing how it looks or being an eyesore or looking different, they would be able to have solar power. And we could use these on our phones, which would mean that instead of having to try to find somewhere to charge them or having to go through all this trouble or just having to walk over to the wall in your room, you'd be able to just have the phone charged with the light in your room already. And that'd be a huge step forward. Another way we could use these are on cars. And this would be incredible because instead of having to rely on gasoline, or with an electric car having to plug it in every night and wait all night, we'd be able to have our cars charged as they drove, or just when they were sitting in a parking lot while we were at work. This would save a lot of money on gas, and it would be a more reliable source of electric car for long-term trips and that kind of thing. The other type of renewable energy that I'd like to talk about is a new type of wind turbine. So instead of the classic wind turbine with the 3 spinning blades, this would look more like a tube that's slightly wider at the top and a little bit narrower at the bottom. And as the air flowed past them, it creates eddies in the air. And these eddies, as they got larger, would create a sway in the tube. So this sway would be converted into electricity at the bottom using an alternator. And this is really important because they cost about 60% as much to make, about 80% as much to maintain, and you can put more of them in the same square mileage as you can with regular windmills that we have now. They absorb slightly less energy from the wind, but because you can put so many of them closer together, it would make up for it quite quickly, and it would be cheaper. Another important thing about these is they want to make some as short as 9 feet or about 3 meters tall, which means you could use them in your backyard or in a small business. These two would be great steps in helping us use renewable energy sources in our day-to-day lives. Thank you.